In the town of Dillford, famous for its riblets, vampires, zombies, and humans live together but not as equals. Vampires rule the community, zombies are looked down upon and must wear collars, and humans find themselves caught in the middle, with some feeling like outsiders trying to fit in. One Friday evening in Dillford, a couple of teenagers are fleeing from a group of vampires. They glance behind to see another human being attacked by 3 vampires. They continue to run, narrowly avoiding a burning police car, and rush into a nearby house only to be greeted by a crowd of zombies. A vampire reaches for the girl through the doorway. The boy manages to pull her to safety. Another police car crashes into the already damaged house just as a zombie boy with glasses walks in. However, everyone is quickly attracted to the bright lights outside. They see an alien spaceship appearing to invade Dillford. The day before, at Dillford High School, Dag Parker tells his buddy Parminder about his hopes with Lorelei, a girl he likes. Parminder deflates his hopes by suggesting Lorelei is only using Dag. Despite the setback, Dag can't manage to grab Lorelei's attention at school. Elsewhere, Petra Lane is attempting to connect with Milan, a popular vampire boy, about a vampire party he invited her to, just as nerdy Ned Mosley is trying to get to his locker. Milan intimidates Ned, causing another vampire to knock Ned over. An incident witnessed by Dag from afar, but he decides to walk away. Later, in the teacher's lounge, Ned seeks advice from Mr. Keller, a vampire teacher who unfairly graded his essay with an F. Keller vents about his long tenure as a teacher and acknowledges the grade was more about asserting dominance over Ned. During their lunch break, Dag keeps bugging Parminder for advice on how to win over Lorelei. At first, Parminder goes along with it but soon grows tired of Dag's critical ways. In another part of the cafeteria, Ned gently steers a zombie away from the soup line. While Dag and Parminder, along with their baseball teammates, are watching Lorelei, Jock Chaz Jr. comes over to boast, making several self-important remarks. Petra, sitting with her goth buddies, shares that she might be seeing Milan, the vampire. Her friends are intrigued but caution her about Milan's reputation for being a flirt and his not-so-great personality. Petra tries to defend him, but they all see Milan bullying Ned again. As Dag and Parminder walk to baseball practice, they spot a flashy red sports car belonging to Rick Wilson, the guy who fired Dag's mom. Dag brings up his mom's job loss whenever they talk about Rick. Rick Wilson, while distributing uniforms to the Wolves baseball team, taunts Dag again. He had fired Dag's mom after she attempted to organize the zombie workers, and he boasts about it, taking pride in how his Malfasta Corporation and its famous riblet product have made Dillford known. At baseball practice, Rick and Coach Pulsifer are impressed by Dag's pitching talent, though they notice he falters under stress. That evening at the vampire party, Petra and Milan are kissing in a trailer. Petra is startled when Milan attempts to bite her, assuming they were just going to kiss. Milan admits he's been with Lorelei but insists what he wants with Petra is more significant. Feeling special, Petra returns his affection. At a dinner at the Mosley household, Ned's father, Chaz Sr. berates Chaz Jr. for an injury he received, which brings tension into their family life. Ned requests to leave the dinner table but instead faces teasing, especially about his dislike for riblets. He explains his allergy to the meat and mentions the riblets are full of chemicals, like tetrafluoroaxapan or TXP. Later, Ned shares with his parents his aspirations, but they suggest he aim for something more realistic. Disheartened by their lack of support, Ned exits the home. At the Parker residence, Dag attempts to be romantic with Lorelei, who's using a cannabis joint she hid under Dag's bed. When Dag confesses his feelings for her, Lorelei quickly finds an excuse to leave, just as someone knocks on the door. Dag's dad, Shooter, enters and spots the cannabis, causing Dag embarrassment. Dag's parents talk to him about finding the cannabis, showing understanding. Dag tries to clear the air, but the conversation shifts to the topic of physical transformations typical in the Parker family. Dag, uninterested, ends the conversation and goes to bed. That night, Ned watches zombies in an area where they don't have to wear their collars. The zombie girl who assisted him earlier comes by, and Ned admires the harmony among the zombies. Wishing to escape his feelings, Ned convinces the zombie girl to bite his foot, hoping to turn into a zombie. At the same time, Petra starts feeling strange after Milan bit her. She looks into a mirror and realizes she can no longer see her reflection. In a panic, she visits a store to buy blood products. When someone she knows spots her and the unusual purchases, Petra rushes out, mortified. Later, Dag, Petra, and Ned are all outside, each dealing with their own issues, when they're interrupted by the sight of a large alien spaceship appearing above, capturing their attention. Rick addresses the humans gathered in the high school gym, noticing the vampires didn't attend, leading Chaz Asar to guess they might be in contact with the aliens. At the vampire gathering in the blood bank, Mr. Keller suggests the humans might be allying with the aliens against vampires. Petra arrives and tries to greet Milan, but he ignores her. Chaz Sr. and Mr. Keller fuel the fear within their groups, convincing them to attack each other before the other can strike first. Ned convinces the zombies to join the fray, aiming for revenge against the other factions. That evening in the town center, a chaotic fight breaks out among the three groups. Amidst the violence, Dag discovers Lorelei in his car, suggesting a retreat to a more private setting. Meanwhile, Petra confronts Milan, who admits he used her. Angered, Petra's attack is cut short when she's thrown into a car. As Dag and Lorelei are about to get closer, their moment is interrupted by a vampire dragging a human inside. They flee through a window, narrowly avoiding an explosion and vampire attack. Chaz arrives, fighting off the vampires with wooden stakes, showcasing his vampire combat skills until he's overwhelmed by zombies and eaten alive, only to resurrect as a zombie himself. An upset Petra, seeing Dag and Lorelei together, joins the vampire chase against them. Dag and Lorelei find refuge in a dark house, encountering Ned and his zombie allies. Vampires crash into the house, adding to the chaos. As Dag and Lorelei attempt to flee upstairs, Petra, overcome with rage, jumps at Lorelei to bite her. Dag, momentarily stunned, then shoves Petra down the stairs, managing to escape her grip. He grabs a pointed wooden piece, aiming at Petra, but Ned stops him. Dag is then attacked by a different vampire but defends himself with a wooden fish decoration. A bald vampire attacks Ned, causing the vampire to fall back and get hit by a police car crashing into the house. Dag, Petra, and Ned face off, but their attention shifts to the alien ship outside, releasing a fog-like substance over the town. Aliens emerge, dissolving anything they touch with their tentacles. Startled but determined, Dag knocks on a hidden door, calling out to Mrs. Miller. Stuart, her son, answers with several odd questions before letting them in. They descend into a basement bunker, with Stuart initially alarmed by Petra and Ned, but then attempts to assert control. As Dag moves to secure the entry, he's met with the sounds of screams. Returning, he finds Petra and Ned have turned on Stuart and Miller. Dag prepares for a confrontation, but Petra convinces him their only chance of survival is to unite. That evening, as they talk, Petra challenges Dag's feelings for Lorelei, pointing out his hesitation to protect her. Dag denies it, but Petra insists that true concern means taking immediate action. In their conversation, Petra shares her admiration for Dag's parents, thinking they are really cool. Meanwhile, Dag learns that Petra doesn't have any parents, making her an orphan. They also figure out that Ned becomes smarter the longer he goes without consuming brains. Concerned about his parents, Dag decides he needs to leave the Miller's place to search for them. However, Petra warns him about the danger posed by aliens. The following day, they escape the Miller's basement, but Petra suddenly weakens in the sunlight. To protect her, Dag quickly covers her with his own clothes. They agree to split up and regroup at the high school. Petra and Ned reach the high school first, followed shortly by Dag, who arrives without any clothes. Dag shares an observation with Petra that the aliens seem to overlook him during his journey to the school. Ned comes up with a theory that the aliens might only detect synthetic materials, which is why Dag, without his clothes, was able to evade their detection unnoticed. During their meal, Dag criticizes the reasons behind Ned's transformation into a zombie. In response, Ned brings up the past, mentioning how Dag used to think highly of him during their middle school days because of his computer skills. However, Dag clarifies that while he did admire Ned's hacking abilities, he didn't want to continue associating with someone he considered a loser, causing Ned to leave in frustration. Sometime later, Dag, feeling down, is found by Petra in a deserted boiler. They share their personal struggles with each other, during which Petra expresses her feelings of always being overshadowed by Lorelei, leading to tears. The comforting moment quickly escalates to them kissing and becoming closer, until Dag panics, mistakenly thinking Petra bit him, which results in Petra storming off upset, and Dag feeling overwhelmed with guilt. Eventually, noticing the aliens' movements, Ned suggests they should evacuate the town. However, Dag is determined to return for his parents, backed by Petra, who points out a weakness in the aliens. They proceed to Dag's empty home in the nude to avoid detection, later dressing back and continuing their search in the basement. Here, an alien ambushes them, but Ned intervenes, sacrificing himself to save Dag just as Petra eliminates the alien. That evening, Dag opens up to Petra about his regrets concerning Ned, reminiscing about a childhood baseball game which showcased Ned's potential that never had the opportunity to be fully realized. To their astonishment, Ned reappears unharmed, causing a mix of screams and relief. Ned explains that the aliens' tentacles actually transport their targets to another location, suggesting that the townspeople of Dillford are not dead but hidden. Ned's survival is due to the alien dying before completing his teleportation. Ned discovers that the aliens are after the chemical TXP found in Malfasta's riblets. He shows Dag and Petra the severe allergic reaction caused by the alien's tentacle as evidence. The following day, the trio arrives at the Malfasta riblet factory, and they are let in by Rick. To convince Rick to hand over the riblets to the aliens, Dag and Petra try to flatter him, but Rick only expresses disdain for the townspeople. This frustrates Dag until they are all startled by a scream and find Ned eating Rick's secretary, Daisy. An angry Rick kicks them out. Dag devises a strategy to gain Rick's cooperation. They deliberately allow themselves to be stabbed by aliens to be teleported to where the townsfolk are being held. They find themselves in a Paulway superstore, divided by species with force fields. Petra is caught by Milan, who tries to drink her blood, but she defends herself by stabbing him. Meanwhile, Ned reunites with his zombified family and Dag is relieved to find his parents safe. Petra is both impressed and disappointed to see Lorelai, who has turned into a beautiful vampire. Dag, Petra, and Ned regroup, and they motivate Ned to figure out how to disable the force fields. Ned ingeniously suggests a DOS denial of service attack to overload the security system. This involves everyone at the Paulway simultaneously attacking the force fields. Inspired by Dag's words and his father's patriotic chant, the group successfully breaks down the barriers. The survivors head to the riblet plant, but are initially stopped by Rick. Dag appeals to Rick, convincing him they all belong to the town. Moved by the chants of his name by the crowd, Rick allows them through, and the aliens follow. Rick guides the aliens to a vat of unprocessed riblets. The alien forms, revealed to be mechanical suits, open to release numerous small, slug-like creatures. They all leap into the vat, which then morphs into a giant humanoid alien entity. The alien, with a German accent, claims they came to get the TXP in peace until the town's chaos forced them to confine the citizens in the Paulway for their own safety. It then starts quoting Billy Joel and patronizing the townspeople. Petra resists, and Rick's throne wrench provokes the alien into attacking the crowd, leading to Mr. Keller's demise and Petra being thrown back, accidentally releasing an ammonia stream that begins dissolving the giant alien. In the midst of the chaos, Milan seizes Petra and locks her in a storage room. Dag, spurred by Petra's earlier advice on not hesitating, confronts Milan but is overpowered and left unconscious under the full moon. Awakening transformed into a werewolf, Dag's self-healing surprises him, and he saves Petra by evading Milan's lethal attack, resulting in the vampire's self-impalement. As they manage to shrink the alien with ammonia, it flees to its ship, intending to obliterate the town with a subatomic bomb. Ned intercepts the bomb, passing it to Werewolf Dag, who hurls it at the alien ship, causing a magnificent explosion. Days later, Dag's newfound popularity at Dillford High doesn't distract him from declining Lorelai's advances, choosing instead to join Petra. They observe Ned integrating with Chaz Jr. and a zombie girl before Dag and Petra retreat under the bleachers for some privacy. The end. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like our channel and subscribe if you enjoy content like this. Also, let us know what movie you would love us to recap for you.